Once upon a time, there lived a very hard-working woman known as Anashi. Anashi was a woman who was once married happily, but her best friend, the Bailey, took her husband from her. Due to that fact, Anashi vowed that she will never marry again in her life. She dedicated all her time and energy to the growing up of her children, her two daughters. She was a trader and often traveled to different cities to sell foodstuffs. And through that, she became very wealthy. She was lucky enough to be hardworking that way, otherwise, she would have suffered with those two children and no one to help her. She built two houses, one of which was a mud house and the other was a modern block house with all modern amenities in it. It was the mud house that she was living in first with her children when she was struggling before she built the second one. Each time Anna she traveled for her business, she would invite her old mother to come and stay with her children to make sure that they were all right. As time passed, Anna's children grew up to become beautiful girls. The elder one was called Bison, and the younger one was called Nene. They loved their mother so much that they could do anything for her. She had suffered a lot for them since their father left them and when they were little. So as they grew up, they learned different trades which their mother made sure they did. They learned all these trades very well because their mother was an efficient woman and they did everything efficiently. And as she was trading, she made sure to establish these two children in the various businesses they had learned. Sometimes when their mother traveled, she would stay away for weeks and they never went astray because they had seen what their father had done to their mother and had vowed to make sure they made their mother proud in life. What is there again to our mother to gain from us? What is she going to benefit from us? Bison, the senior one, said to her younger one. After all her suffering and hard working, the best thing we can give to her is show her gratitude and love and make sure that we become some people of importance in the community to make her proud. Nene will look at her elder sister and shake her head. Yes, big sister, you are right, she would say. Otherwise, we will break our mother's heart and she will die untimely. And that's the last thing we would like to happen to our precious mother, we discussed. Thus, with so much love, Bisu and Nene showed gratitude towards their mother and made sure to put smile on her face all the time. Their mother on her own side, on seeing that her children were trying to give her all they could, all the love, she did all the more to make them comfortable. She gave them the best of everything, best clothes, best cost of living, and the people in the community were very proud to see these girls and they respected them. Each time Anna she returned home from her trade, she would go into the mud house, dig a portion of it, and bury large sum of money and jewelries, expensive one in the mud hut. And she never told her children where she hid these things. Her husband had gone, and no news from his end has gone with her best friend, no news from that side. So she struggled all alone with her children. Gradually, time passed, and Anashi started getting old, and she could no longer travel to trade anymore. One day, she called her children and sat them down to discuss with them. My daughters, you are now grown ups, I'm very old now, you can see. Any moment from now, our Creator will call me to come back home and I will no longer be with you people. Ah, Bishop Chieftain, mother, why are you saying that? You will not die. You will live with us forever. Mother, don't say that, please, admonished Nene in a subtle manner. Ha 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 ha, laughed their mother. I know you both love me so much and you want me to live with you forever. But you know it's a fact of life. No one lives forever. And one day I will go and leave you both in this world. And as she sniffed and tears welled up her eyes and dropped down her cheeks, as she realized that someday she would leave her two loving daughters behind when she was no more. Your father left me and you for my best friend, and he left town leaving us alone to fend for ourselves, she continued. And luckily, by the special grace of our Creator, we made it. It was a touching moment for mother and children as they spoke. And as she told her children that she was living in the mud house and the block house to them to inherit. And when she was no more, they should go each to the house they had chosen to live in. If you choose the mud house, go and live in the mud house. If you choose the block house, go and live in the block house. So she told Bison to choose the one she liked out of the two buildings. Bison, of course, the senior daughter, chose the modern block house. She was happy and felt elated at owning one of the best houses in the community. She felt sad for her sister that she was going to be the one to inherit the mud house. But Nene was happy. She would struggle on her own to build her own house. Her mother had really tried, and she expected nothing from her. So Nene inherited the mud house. It was not until after the death of their mother that Bison realized she had made a very big mistake by choosing the block house. Her younger sister Nene was by far now wealthier than her. Nene had found all the buried treasures their mother had kept underground in the mud hut. And so, with part of that, Nene was able to build a much more modern house than that of her sister Bison. But Nene still kept the memory of their mother in that old mud hut. She made sure it was well shaped and well kept in memory of their mother's hustling days. One day, while both sisters were at home seated, they were just discussing. They saw a few men moving towards their direction and wondered where they were going. Upon their getting closer, they realized that it was their father that was being led to the house. He was now very old. When they got closer, Bison stood up and asked, "Where are you taking this man to? Where are you going to?" One of the men asked if they knew him, but the girls denied him. They said they did not know him. "But you two are my daughters," the old quivering man said, blinking rapidly. Angrily, Nene, the younger girl, said, "Please go back to wherever you are coming from. Go back to your girlfriend or wife that you left my mother for, that you ran off with and left us to suffer. Who is your daughter? Is it me or my sister Abison? We are not your children. You left your children for a woman, and now the woman, after using you and your money, when you have nothing again, you are old and of no use to her anymore. She has discarded you. She has thrown you out of her life. You cannot come in here, Bison said. Our mother is no more, and you cannot come and reap the fruits of our labor. Go and meet the woman that took you from our mother. Nene looked at him and shook his head, the younger one. So you want to come and live in our mother's house where she had suffered without your help to look after us? No, we won't allow that. Otherwise, our spirit will be angry with us. People were surprised to hear all this. Old man, why did you treat your children like that? They asked. Why did you abandon them for another woman when you were younger? Now you are old. You expect them to give you the best. So when the children refused to allow the man to come into the house, the people took him to his other family relatives, and there he stayed. It was not long their father gave up and died. The two girls gave him a befitting burial as the last respect to the fact that he gave birth to them. It was a big lesson to many of the men in the community to never abandon their children, because one day they will grow old and need their children's support and help. When they become old and helpless, he or she who does the work should get the pay. You cannot sow a seed in Lagos and go to Benin to reap the fruits. You must reap the good or bad things you are doing. So you check yourself now to see if you are doing the right thing to your children and to your wife or your husband. That's the end of the story. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and press the notification bell so that you'll be the first to get my new videos each time I release a new one. Thanks for watching.